lands on top of a crash down from the Rel, a Magnet Storm. You have so much power in getting those empowerments on the Victor ult whenever he gets a takedown.
Well, looks like he can be annoying for Sheo here.
Adam chasing out his former jungler. All those years of missed ganks, just doesn't want to let him get this Gromp. Sheo does have the smite, but it's only 600 HP right now. Judgment out from Adam reduces the CC a little bit, but Carlson going all out as Adam has to flash away. No ghost on him on this Garen. Sheo falling low. Oh, the Demacian Justice not quite enough to kill off Sheo, and now Adam is left with no place to go. First blood. Favorite puns I've been using in my games over the off-season. While we see Grubs being taken by Sheo, that will be his first third of that foot.
Right.
Is if you take a dragon to get the final neutral, and it gives you feats of strength, you're getting a dragon soul.
Because the soul of a shoe.
Yeah.
The soul, right.
Thanks for explaining the joke. That makes it so much better for the audience.
Yeah. I mean, that's the level of comedy that I thought that it was at. So I see that you're starting the strong, lovely and strong.
You'll have a numbers advantage with Rogue going for that Drake. There will be 2 neutrals exchanged in the early game between these 2 teams.
I am a little surprised. I would think that with a Varus, you'd have a little bit more power in the early game, especially with the Garen as well. But
you got enough CC that you can just lay it on top of the initial dive in by Sten. Misses the shattering strike. Adam looking for the flank down towards the bottom side. Has just TP back in. The Drake at 8,000. Patrick trying to poke Adam. Immediately collapsed on Nature's Grass coming out, but Camilo is the one who's caught. Gets rooted up for a second, has to be cleansed away, and now Adam is all on his lonesome. He flashes away. Rogue trying to restart the dragon. Is down to 2,000, and it is secured by Rogue. Sten not, but Adam already chunking his way through this tower. The wave almost cleared away. The backdoor bonus. Adam, another auto's gonna be enough. Rogue get the feed.
Secure that objective. So the Triumphant boots are what you're going to see now, the small upgrades that will just be applied, and the ability to upgrade those boots later on into the game for Patrick. And we may even see Swifties come out for Larson in the near future. But Swifties in general, pretty good. Also, it looks like early Void Staff for Larson, which I also love to see when it's a front-to-back style of team fight, and you can already see heavy magic-resistant investment on the side of Heretics. Void Staff just gains a lot of value getting it early.
The gold lead that has had for a lot of this early game was in the top lane. Now Adam has actually taken a lead for himself. There's about 230 gold for Flackett over Patrick, but nothing too monumental. Looking for this. Rift Herald is going to be placed in the mid lane. Sten's still on that flank position. Carlson TP's back into the fight. 8,000 on the Drake. Sten goes in, but Execute with a great knockback immediately disengages Sten. However, Larson's being chased out by that Chaos Storm. Execute on the front line, knocked back into Heretics. They find their second of the game, and Rogue are walking away wounded. Malrang still looking for the steal. If he can get in, almost gets there in time to steal it. Carson with the knockback. Sten looking for the flank once again. Adam having to flash away. At least one at the moment on Carson. They'll take the top tier 1. This allows them to push through top a little bit easier. They don't have someone they can, like if the jungler was a Wukong or something, you could just send him to the Drake, say, hey, start that up, see if you can take it by yourself.
From Rogue.
Remember, if they get this Voracious Atakan, they then get a false life, basically a fake GA. Carlson's coming around the corner. He's going to check it, but he doesn't have Smite, and Malorang does. Voracious out of the river. Sten trying to step forward. Patrick tanking a couple of shots from the Baron there, down to about half HP. Carlson looking for the engage. Adam chasing Flackett out. Carlson has to back away. Execute goes in. Chain of Grump's going to land on Carlson, and immediately he's knocked back. Execute lives up to his name and takes one. Adam's going to withdraw with that GA, but Flackett's low as well, and Malorang's chasing him over the wall. Knocks him back. Patrick takes him. Now Camilo is in for a world of hurt. A shutdown.
But the reality is that the damage that they're able to do, as long as it's enough to force them back, Rogue can come back out onto the map and immediately force another Baron. They end up winning the fights. They end up securing the...
About a quarter left on that false life. They'll push in with the Baron buff as well. Can play across 2 different lanes. Carlson just trying to stay out of range of exactly what he'll use, as Heretics have to back away. Sheo is caught up, but that tower very quickly falling to Patrick and Larson. The tier 3 falls in the top lane. Adam's going to get... Larson's upgraded his boots as well into whatever the Sorky upgrades were. Spellslinger's shoes. So they have all of this extra move
to do. Face checking Adam is incredibly dangerous. Look at the position of Malrang.
Malrang is in prime position here. Immediately jumps onto Camilo. They're going to knock him back as well. And even with the crash down, Camilo falls to Demacian Justice. Patrick pulls off from the Drake. Chain of Corruption just going wide, but already the jungler from Heretics is down, and can they find anything out of this fight? Flackett unable to really get in there. Malrang is down to a 3rd HP, but he'll heal up off the Drake. That will be soul for Rogue.
A fantastic flank there from Malrang. lying in wait, one with the bushes, and is able to lock down Kamilu. Team Heretics are looking to get control, but Adam on the flank.
Warang as well, looking for that Nature's Grasp. Immediately they jump to Carson. Look how far away Kamilu is from this fight. Now he can start to walk back, but Larson and Execute good enough to be bouncers here. Sten's still looking for that flank, but even though you get the stun and the crash down, Adam just spins away from it, play baiting his way to victory. Execute goes back in with his ultimate, and extra tankiness enough to get Rogue out with the Baron. Sten still looking for that flank. Flakked, you know, you could dive over the wall here. You hear the voices telling him to go. Sten went in, he'll dash back out as Heretics is it away. There's a wave pushing him mid. Top wave not quite in the right position for Rogue right now, still too far away from that inhibitor to do too much. Flakked trying to clear the wave out, but Adam just raises the tower. It's a bulldozer in a previous life, it seems, as Rogue continue to step forward. Heretics 5v4 right now, but the threat of Adam just spinning towards their backline if they ever look for the engage, ever looming.
I feel like Rogue is way more cautious than they need to be. I guess they're relying on the fact that Adam can't be dealt with, so they're just allowing him to split push and pick away at these inhibitors. They've still got 45 seconds left on the Baron. I feel like they can just force a fight whenever they want.
But they don't need to is the important thing. They can just wait for Adam to take top in him, to take mid in him. Execute, stepping forward, looking for Shea, already down to half HP. Patrick going forward as well. Execute, lands a three-man knock-up into the shockwave. And that's what they were waiting for. Rogue find two immediately. Carlson walking back to the fountain, just trying to get himself healed up. Execute, still alive somehow. Double inhibs down, Maren flashes in with the engage. And Flakked goes pop. TP coming back in from Adam, back to full HP. And Rogue might not need the 3 inhibs to win the game. Adam chases in, Kamilu has no escape. Carlson the last man standing. And it looks like Rogue are gonna open up their account with a big fat W here as they take down Heretics in the first game of LEC Winter.
Slow, steady, and methodical. Azir plus Jinx is something we used to see a lot of, like that very long-range front-to-back style comp, but I think MF gives you a little bit more raw power in the mid-game, just because on that first item spike, thanks to her ultimate, you just have so much more agency, and we think about how valuable Maokai is in the meta, but duo lane, get enough XP back, quickly address the bot lane and turn it into a 2v4.
Okay, it's just a chunk. Hilly using Aftershock there to tank tower shot because towers are a lot stronger now. I was very worried that they were just looking for a full-on dive there on Irrelevant. 113 is in the area. Kazi takes a tower shot himself as well. Irrelevant's going to get knocked back here. 113 going in. The pulverize from Hylissang was too early. Chased over by 113. Lynxus is in the area. Can he get close enough to save his Alistair? The answer is a resounding no. BDS on the board as Irrelevant picks up. Ice is running down towards the bottom side. They can look to try and steal away one. Remember, to get a feat of strength, one of the neutrals, you need to get all 3 grubs from a camp. So even if 113 can just poke his head in, get one smite down here, doesn't quite get that one. Vitality now forced away, but BDS able to put enough pressure down that they will stop.
For BDS, they get themselves the first dragon of the game. They denied the entirety of the first grubs. They also...
There was a ward in that tri-bush from BDS that makes them safe as houses. Paris is going to step up. Hylissang stunned, only level 5 right now. 113 coming in, and there's the bullet time. Hilly oversteps for the second time this game, and BDS immediately pounce. Root Caller coming out. Good block from Paris. He'll burn his flash to get away, but he saves his AD carry of when 113 now walks across towards them.
Be a big objective secure. You'll notice that Vitality investing on the bot side of the map, threatening the dive, set their sights on the tower place instead, recognizing, hey, we might not be strong enough to fight them this early on. Renekton is a very scary opponent to have to go up against. They'll concede them for now.
Oh, TP behind here.
Here we go.
Harvest looking for Irrelevant coming in as well. Kazi, Valkyries and flashes away. Hylissang gets the knockback. Linsis here to join the party. Irrelevant still chasing Kazi down. The redemption coming out. Kazi healing up just in time. Another auto from the Croc would have spelled his doom. Irrelevant down to 100 HP, and GiantX is the first to move from mid. Irrelevant falls, bullet time opens up, but Paris knocked up by Daisy and knocked down by Kazi.
A nice idea from
the redemption back up for Linsis as well. No summoners really for Vitality, apart from Hylissang, who has his flash. He's locked up, Unbreakable Will not available yet, so he has to burn the flash, just enough health with that shield from the Ivan to stay alive.
Well, that'll do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Kazi though,
just trading onto Ice. Remember, Ice only has cleanse here, right? He's trying to get out of the root call, he's trying to get out of the stuns, doesn't have that barrier. So can't really trade too aggressively when Kazi's in a position he can jump forward.
It's going to be the feats of strength, Medic.
It is.
That's 3 objectives now secured, 2 dragons and grubs.
Have already secured them. Naknako should be able to, almost takes it. Emperor's Divide comes back though. Naknako still takes the tower. Does have the flash, will dash across the wall. 1-1-3 going wide with the Arctic Assault. Naknako still trying to survive, lands the Counter-Strike, but only onto Paris and the Glacial Prison.
At mid-tower, Azir can be extremely obnoxious to siege against. This objective secured.
Flank off here. Hylissang has been waiting. Lince's coming across as well. 1-1-3. Arctic Assault's forward, stunned up by the Unraveled Earth. Knocked back, TP's coming in from both sides. Hylissang with a 2-man pulverize. Ice looking to open up with the bullet time. Hylissang down to about half HP. Irrelevant joins fray. And Naknako is in the midst of 5 members of BDS. The diving from Paris. There's the bullet time as well. But Paris will be the first to fall, taken out by GiantX. Kazi joins the party and forces BDS away.
Hylissang and Naknako buy so much time. GiantX rejoins the fray, looking for a bit of action, but he's not able to find it. The Herald going to be dropped into bot lane to secure that objective. Should open up the Dragon for Vitality as well. But ultimately another one skirmish from Vitality, and it's ultimately a matter of BDS turned all their attention onto Naknako in the fight.
Oh, he overstepped. He thought he was safe because no one jumped out of the bush, and now his team are already on the Drake, and BDS realize, well, we've got another man. Perhaps we can fight this. Ice coming in from their side. Linsons and Kasi forced away. Hylissang trying to join up with his AD carry and jungler. Root Caller eaten by 1-1-3. Kazi still putting some damage down. Paris here to join the battle. Naknako up in 20 seconds, but no TP on him will make it very difficult for him to join this fight. Seismic shove on 1-1-3, the ignite ticking as well. 1-1-3 falls to Hilly. Nuke dives in with the Emperor's Divide. It's only Hilly who falls first. Now it's a 3v3, but another great seismic shove.
Dragon of the game.
GiantX is having a stormer here on the LEC stage. 3-0-2. Beating out Nuke in a lot of these battles. We'll have another look at the play, because at this point you think BDS can take the fight.
But it's still a 3v3. They don't actually have the numbers advantage yet. They're being chipped away at by Kazi.
For him, Flash is really across the board. Only Naknako has one to his name. Vitality going to try and answer it. There's the Weaver's Wall. GiantX comes down on the right side of it. Seismic shove with the knockback. Hylissang with the follow-up. Naknako here to join. A little bit more action, jumps across the wall. Irrelevant getting chipped away at, and Irrelevant will fall first. Seismic shove going wide, the bullet time opens up, but that's some very tanky members that Ice is trying to rattle through. Paris Hex Flash.
They're going to have that advantage. Irrelevant now has to put a lot of pressure onto Naknako to stop him getting involved.
I feel like Irrelevant is saying, I want you here, and my team will play without me. Hylissang goes in, only onto 1-1-3. He's knocked back with the Seismic shove, though, and has to flash away. Glacial Prism hits on Kazi, but he immediately cleanses it away, and already BDS have lost one. Vitality looking for more. The Weaver's Wall in from GiantX. Paris has to dodge to the sides of the Seismic shove, but dashes back in. No hope left for him, and the bullet time doesn't do much. Hylissang with a knockback. The pulverized missed, but he got the knockback, guys, okay? It's the thought that counts as the Root Caller hits onto Nuke. He tries to put the damage back down onto GiantX, who's healed up with the redemption.
Hey, I mean, it's Hilly, man. It's Hilly.
You don't know where Ice was. Maybe he was near the tower. It was blind, lads, okay?
Happens. That's going to unlock Atakan for Vitality, their first of the split. And again, just great mechanics, great patient play from Vitality. Here we go, more action on the map.
Say what you want about Atakan, but it definitely makes the teams fight. Nuke still has that Emperor's Divide, has the flash. Irrelevant trying to step forward. Dominus about to come back off cooldown for him. TP coming in from Naknako as well as he joins the Barney. Atakan's patience might expire, throws out a few bolts. Remember, if you're tanking Atakan, your armor and magic resist is shredded as well, up to 50 of each. So even if you have a good tank like Hylissang here or Lince's putting the shields on you, you are going to take quite a lot of damage. Vitality getting control through the bot side here. Daisy poking her nose in, seeing what's happening with this Drake. It looks like BDS will secure the Dragon. Will they just give up afterwards? Irrelevant slices away from Naknako's engaged. GiantX, though, has caught Paris, who will crash down to safety. Hylissang now rejoining the battle. BDS look to gain mid-control. Hylissang goes in onto 1-1-3. The Weaver's Wall will separate the two. Nuke has to flash the Seismic shove, and now Naknako going in with the counter-strike. Emperor's Divide being put down. Irrelevant tries to dive onto the backline, but they just don't do the damage. Kazi able to get away. Magnus Storm on the backline as well, but there's so much shielding, and there's so much healing coming out from Linces. Paris is able to kill off Hylissang, but in the end, in the back of the pit is spotting that bound for now. Naknako coming around the corner. BDS will know he's at least in the area, trading with Irrelevant, goes in with the counter-strike, might have to dash back out to a teammate. Hylissang there, bullet time coming in as well as the Baron falls down to 1000 HP! Lincer splashes forward to secure the Baron, Paris goes in with a Magnet Storm as well. Hylissang's able to kill off his enemy support, Irrelevant's Sterex gauge is popped. Will they be able to dash out of the back of the pit? Vitality will take the 1-for-1, 1-1-3 doesn't have a way to go, nor does Irrelevant, it seems locked up. 3 kills in exchange for 1, a Baron as well for Vitality, and they're looking for a little bit more. GiantX going for more. The seismic shove hits on Nuke. What can this man not do?
He's fighting off against Irrelevant and Ice, and he gets locked up. The bullet time does so much damage, and the Baron was so low. But you'll notice that 1-1-3 gets knocked out of the pit. He gets stunned by GiantX.
Unraveled up.
Unraveled is the word I was looking for.
100 seconds or so. They'll push in for the tier 2 in mid.
They should just die.
Yeah, just go. Just go for the tier 3. Just go for it. You've got Dawn Core as well on the Ivan, an incredibly powerful item when you can get that extra healing and shielding. And BDS realize, well, they can just go, so we're just gonna go back to our fountain, back off. The wave's pushing in bots as well as Vitality crack open the base of BDS. They're looking to open up a tier 3 in the bot lane as well. The tier 2 already fallen. And they have GiantX and Nako escorting the way forward. BDS forced all the way back to their Nexus towers right now as Vitality take 2 inhibitors off the push. You might as well dive it, Betty.
Yeah, why not? Just dive it. You've still got the GA available. You really don't get punished for losing your life, and you're going to immediately respawn. Hilly's looking for it.
He's just walking forward. Counter-strike coming out from Nako as well. They're just going for the chip damage right now on the Nexus towers.
Just dive him, Hilly. This is what you've been waiting for. Your career has built up to this point.
Hilly, up here, there's some space that needs to be made, okay? You have to create some space, and he does it. He dives in, looks for the fight. Paris goes in with a Riddick gauge. Bullet time coming out. Remember, if Vitality die, they will just come straight back to life. But BDS do not have that same luxury. Nako can TP back in. Vitality still have 3 GAs on their shoulders, and the Nexus is open. Nuke chipped away, he dies. The Emperor's Divide does not save him. Vitality crack open the base and crack the heads of BDS as they claim their
front line when you've already got the Jace and the Galio there and the Xin Zhao. I don't think you really need more front line here, just something to enable the Jinx would, in my eyes, work out better, but they're going to go...
Last year, while Jax was so popular, it's because he couldn't survive. You're right. Sustainability there. Jace doesn't have the same thing, and at level 2, GiantX is in so much trouble. He's twisted advance, he's ignited as well. He flashes out, but he's right in the line of fire of Noah as Jordan tanks up the last turret shot, but Noah needs one more. GiantX close to leveling up. The Mystic shot missing Noah.
Yeah, Noah using the TP to get back up to the top side, opting into that, knowing they're going to go in towards the lane swap. Closer steals away one of the grubs, which means that if Isma can get one, neither side can claim this towards their feats of strength. You have to get all 3 grubs if you want that to count.
They've got their shoes on at the very least, and how they walk towards it is their question. As Smite comes through, Isma steals it, you're right, but now the duel begins. Isma looking for the knock-up and finds it, only level 5 as we get a bit of damage down the bot side as well, but Close is a real one in trouble. He's got concussive blows, he flashes, he gets bursted, but he survives, walking out with the flash down in tow, with now another grub to seal the deal for Isma.
Yeah, Isma didn't get the flash over the wall, so wasn't able to follow up for that final auto attack proc, but still, SK going to be happy that they're able to force GiantX back and keep themselves in check. Still, it's mid lane to open up both sides where you can now play for mid, but also take over control towards...
Part 2, wow, true shot barrage and everything in the kitchen sink hitting. Jun gets the kill off the ignite, but GiantX, no fear in the dive as we look towards the bottom side. SK want to replicate and they get the stun up with the concussive blows, but Rika doesn't have enough health to dive, nor his flash.
But he's nearly level 6, one more creep, and Rahel should be able to hit it. There it is. Does he use the ult to stop it?
Zap at least cancels for Lot, making him scared, but they need a bit of extra damage to get the execute.
Yeah, still look at Jackie's though. He's starting to move down to try and cover this Lot. Going to see if he can defend the tower, but it's so low.
As it burns down, the Grub's helping out. Winter's Bite trying to get extra damage onto Lot. All it would take is Rahel to get a rocket down, and
he's going to get excited.
He will be dead, and I think I will too, Dagda, because for GiantX's top laner, he's playing on a knife's edge. There it is! You know what? We won't take the Lot because he's now dead.
Bot lane is nowhere to be found. The ults have already been used, so you're only going to give the kills across here.
Rika taking a bit of damage, but it's AP damage. Galio doesn't mind, but Jun still angling through. You're right, we look for the Jace. He's flown through with a taxi driving as Isma sets up for the hero's entrance, and now for GiantX, they freeze the stream! But do they get further out? They run for their lives as the range still comes through from GiantX, but on the back end, I'm looking at closer. In trouble, and down. Still not taken, but SK will pull this one up, and the feat of strength at least one step closer here as they lock it. Lot is walking in. At the very least, I see he walks out. He's got a mana bar, but he doesn't want to use it. Instead, pushes the wave and just gives SK full reign here. True Shot Barrage, that's just going to help out with the leash. So one small feat of strength added here as SK move to fight.
Yeah, I thought we'd actually slow this game down, or else SK could get to run with Aves.
And again, it just seems breezy after what we saw for the dives as Hextech Drake goes down, and yoink, you'll take that. We just wait for one more to be locked on in here as SK, they defend top. GiantX are looking for a dive here, Dagda, and I'm not sure how it's going to go with a Brom on the way.
Exactly. You've got Isma in the vicinity. TP to try and help.
A Galio, so he's going to taunt you. Lot doesn't get the stun off. It looks messy, and I don't like mess as Lot takes a turret shot. It ramped up, but he's not dead for now. Isma trying to pick apart the pieces.
Yeah, they can continue to chase here. Isma has the flash. Can he land?
Well, there's enough damage going onto Jackie's. There's a Glacial Fissure knocked into the air. The Winds of Water help out, and Jackie's in trouble, but they've run out of their burst. Still, an audacious charge, maybe too ambitious. Flushing away is Isma SK. Are they going too far now is the question. As Jun takes down the jungler, GiantX chasing for more, bringing the teleport up as well, and Lot is now ready for his own Counter-Strike. That missed.
By many different top teams as to how they want to try and play around this stuff. You look at like BLG, they're playing more for side lanes.
Yeah.
Whereas when you look at a team like Gen G, they've been playing a huge amount of, we want to play off of our AD carry in mid. And it looks like SK have been watching the Gen G VODs for this one, and it's working out for them.
And that's why we might see second item come through, which has been common. Something like the Hullbreaker. Dagda, I just want to point out the map though, quickly. SK have just moved, opened up mid on GiantX resetting, and now get top turret as well. I mean, I'm not going to say max.
Just try and force GiantX to face check you at any point in time. So, well, Jackie's.
He is a tank, but let's find out. He flashes, gets out of the static field, but still has enough to stick on Jackie's and slow him down. That damage unheard of, but unending despair seems to be what Jackie's going through. Wind becomes lightning, and he's close to dying. Slowed down yet again. The sticking power huge, but the rocket dodged by Jackie's a good step up, and he flashes the emote.
Yeah, as you can see, Jace has a Doran's Blade, therefore he's allowed to do that much damage. Yeah,
right.
So, the problem is Jace's base stats, he's like 310 damage on just his Q alone at base level. Before you add in any sort of like scaling or anything like that, his W does a ton of percentage max health. His E is also an execute. So like a lot of
dead by a health. So no Hullbreaker build. It is just a Jinx.
I'm fine with that, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I am too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of tanks, as you said, on this roster.
So the thing is, I'm curious, being in protest, that they might have to play mages in the bottom lane again. Like we heard Jack Spectre talk about earlier. It's like, I'm so annoyed I'm going to build tank items on my Jinx AD carry second item. Because for anyone who doesn't know, there was an LPL player that ended up building Hullbreaker's second item on Jinx after the Kraken Slayer. Did all right. But you know what? Maybe you just stick to crit. Yeah.
Got Hullbreaker with his Herald charges here, by the way. It's going to go for the next. And ambitious, no. Isma just aggressive. Ulti's out, turns it into a play against Noah. He gets the bare brunt of it as Nature's Grasp will fly across. It gets a double root, but there's the lockdown by Jun. It's good setup, but the return here for GiantX might hurt them. SK separated for the time being. Jackie's is doing that with his Chaos Storm, getting Rahel the hell out of the way. GiantX have
Dragon fight, but it's only kind of one for them, so I think SK can give it across. But I think when you have a moment like this in a game that's running away from you, just getting an objective off the map is never a bad thing, but SK...
Lot TP'd in, he's got a Counter-Strike on their carry, that's their only source of damage, so SK need to keep Rahel alive. Isma's going to be the target though, because he's easy access. GiantX lured them in with a two-man Magnet Storm, they've lured them down, and GiantX are now pummeling them into the ground. A double with Nature's Grasp trying to bring yet another into fruition, as Jackie's damage hits hard, and now Lot on top of Rika's, going to remind him where he came from. A shutdown.
Cleanse, but it just means that when Jackie's comes forward here, great call on the flash. So Jun interrupts Reeker on that potential ultimate, and Jackie's...
Fair enough.
I'm pretty sure Medic nailed that in his cast earlier. Now I'm never going to hear the
flash twist advance. Rahel was too far forward. Nature's Grasp beautiful as well. Closer again. He's happy to send it. He's got the false life. Big shout out to Dagda for looking that up as GiantX still pushing forward. Noah takes a turret shot or two. Even ease into a Winter's Bite as Lot is now looking for a turret of his own.
Yeah, you're going to be facing off against Gen X. Noah Oh, Isma would have loved to get that.
Especially with Atacun buff. You use Chrono Shift, and then you have the other GA as well. You just have like 9 lives. 3 to be specific, we all know.
Added Renata into the mix as well.
Oh, yeah. Chrono Shift would be nice here, but maybe Jackie doesn't need it. Rika takes a big damage, and Jackie's got the mana bar to work with to play this around, but Isma has converged on him. It's now just about the wave, and he'll go back to base.
Yeah. Unlucky to get caught in that position, because honestly, it still sends you back as your team's trying to push out of the map, and you still want to get value for these objectives. Like, they are getting Dragon, maybe looking for the dive here as well.
This is value. True Shot Barrage. Lot is still got a turret underneath. Jordan will tank it up for now. And yeah, they're just, I guess.
You're not really getting value, right? Like, you don't get the tower. They already were going to get the Dragon off of a fight, right? But, oh, now they're going for it.
Rika's looking. I mean, GA has just expired, so this is a fair fight. But Jun with the re-engage, crash down, not connecting. But Lot's TP'd in. Chucky's is TP'd in on the team. And now, stunned up, Rika has nowhere to go. Isma's in the middle of the fight, but for GiantX, their front line is tanky enough. The damage as well, falling behind the wayside. GiantX running for his life. Loopy not far behind him, and Rahel, the 1 damage source, is dead like a dodo.
Noah snipes Rahel, and Noah trying to get back in. Make sure he's okay. Loopy's very far forward, though.
Spot is great. He gets a double counter strike, and he pulls out the ult of Isma. For someone debuting the LEC, he's looking confident. And with the rest of GiantX cleaning up now SK, they've got no chance. Another one bites the dust, and GiantX gets hit against the wall. Lot is unstoppable. I think he's going to be taking a lot more with the rest of this game.
Reeker just wasn't in space with the ultimate, and it means immediately GiantX are able to get members. Even, again, Jackie's just poking down Rahel under the tower. Means that you cannot contest this as SK. GiantX, I said in the podcast, I said at the start of this, it was their mid-game I wanted to see them improve on. Well, this has been a damn better mid-game than we saw from them last year.
It's been clean from that point onwards. GiantX can take Baron now as well. No contest. Lot in the enemy jungle. I would like to say the same thing, but Isma spots him out. Reek is there as well. These are tanks, and it's going to take a while as the rocket is going to be blocked by Jun. Great heads up from GiantX as Lot has to ulti to try and get out. Jackie's is on the way. He's got enough for a counter-strike in the mana bar, but now he's running out. There's Winter's Bite, there's concussive blows, but there's a gravity field that's making it difficult to move. Lot still dies. It's a shutdown to Loopy, unfortunately for SK, but there's no top laner for 55 seconds.
There is no top lane turret for SK either. Noah's been working away through that after picking up the Baron too, so nicely done by Noah.
For you, isn't it? It would be the 3rd Dragon for SK away back into this game that's falling so far to the wayside. Nature's Grasp hits 3 members of the front line. True Shot Barrage is a whiff at 4K. Rika is spotted on a minion, spotted on a ward, but he doesn't need to come in, just a threat. The Glacial Fisher down after Dragon goes in, but Jun with a 3-man Magnet Storm and a hero's entrance at that hits nothing. Rika's now into the front lines of damage, but SK have still taken down and given a reset over to Rahel. But look at those health bars. Closer in, Twisted Advance, finds that damage source, hits a blast cone. Rahel running for his life. He's the only chance, but Jackie's knows that too. Another rampage, another kill, another hit for Lot. And GiantX now running behind his own enemy lines. Noah is chasing this up, zoning between 2 turrets. But GiantX, it feels like the wallet dip really made a difference in the end.
Reeker's ultimate brought so much space to that fight for Rahel, but it just wasn't enough. They get 1 kill, but GiantX, the second that pause is over, they're straight back into the fight. The bell rings and it's SK that drop immediately.
I think it'd be much better for them if he had something like an Infinity Edge as that 4th item. Will they be given the chance to get there?
At this stage, it's going to be rough. Jun finds GiantX, but you can see there's just not enough damage there behind us. This is kind of like build when you want to try and be ahead, because when you fall behind, there's just not enough, and now GiantX looking for more.
The AoE hurts. Nature's Grasp, great. Again, Close has had a good start too. If we're talking about names, as Inner Turret goes down, he's now zoned out, and just as I talk him up, he's going to get caught out. Rocket gives a reset for Rahel, and he starts firing away. Lot ulti's in, but his team is a little bit far away right now. The range from Noah going to help out, though, as they finally get within each other, as GiantX look for another angle of approach. But Noah's like, no, I'm going over the wall. This Ezreal unleashed. The flash forward, the burn on GiantX, the ult not needed, and Noah is here on GiantX for now.
Noah's looking buff with that red buff. That was a play and a half. Immediately jumping onto the backline, and now GiantX, they just get to end the game.
He's feeling it, man. GiantX are running into the Nexus turrets. Whether they respawn or not, SK will never know, because One drops down. GiantX looking for another. SK have got 20 seconds, 30 seconds in top lane as Jun looks for that final engage. At 33 minutes, Rika is going to Hero's entrance down, but his team is already dead. Outside of Rahel, there's no one standing in front of GiantX. Nexus turret number 1, Nexus turret number 2 now dead, and Noah yet again flashing on his Ezreal as the Nexus will fall, and GiantX, the hype is there. We saw the Horn ban, the Gnar ban, but Jax we see another time here today in the LEC.
Yeah, I think you've already kind of hit on the Alistar being that setup tool, so this is more to give Oscar the comfort in the side lanes and see if you can beat that crash down available, which is kind of the shield you want for a potential dive, but level 3 on Oscar and
Mount up instead, it's now run its course, so no flip back yet. In fact, the counter-strike, well done. I was wrong, but Alvaro didn't get the mount up anyways. Oscar now is trying to buy space. Super starts auto-attacking, takes a turret shot, the flash, ignite down, they're out of turret range, but Oscar uses the ward, but Super playing Legolas.
Sorry, the recurve bonus back pocket, so Fnatic trying to attack him immediately.
Oh, Alvaro goes over the wall. There's a root caller, gives Mickey a way in as well. The crash down on the spot, but Mickey gets a pulverize in return. Upset is fighting it out with Super, and Super's winning. A hail of arrows to get the slow, lethal tempo.
Keep control of that top side enough for LUA to get the Void Grub. So nicely orchestrated here by Movistar Koi in the early stage. Jojo hasn't been able to really contest a lot of the movements. So even here you can see...
Flash from Mickey against the wall, and I see a cow who's leveraged Super against the wall, still there. Daisy now joins in, and a bullet time that Super can't escape from. His flash was up in 5 seconds, and it's a well-utilized time from Fnatic.
Really well played by Fnatic, playing off that tiny timing window there to pick up the kill. Now Jojo gets the flash from Humanoid.
He does, and Elyoy is here to help out as well. An Impale that hits somehow. Hitbox a little bit OP as the shuffle down. Gravity Storm is great, but can Jojo contest? Razork has got Daisy back up and available, but as Daisy enters the rift once again, Koi have a good position, now almost getting 2 grubs.
Yeah, still though, Alvaro's very far from his team.
Yeah, he might be dead actually. Humanoid is also far from his team. He gets shuffled by Jojo, but the gravity field again does a bit of work. Chaos Storm can't finish him off though, and that's the first kill. Now, grubs reset, 2 still up and available as Koi look for the next part of the fight.
Alvaro on the flank though, only just spotted out by Mickey. Mickey needs to keep him out.
Crash down is good, but Mickey has done his job. Bullet time there, but Alvaro flashes before he gets a final hit. Bullet time caught midway as Elyoya comes through. Mirwan gets a flash out of Upset, who's running for his life. Fnatic are losing this fight despite the low health bars from Koi. As a flip back from Mirwan is exceptional. The kill goes down, duly given credit as Koi again swim in their own pond.
Movistar Koi were so low on the health bars, but the quicker trigger pull from Mirwan to get into the fight, the better positioning on the TP, and the fact that Humanoid just got completely caught out at the early stage of that fight means they're able to win out. And off the back of this, a good call by Jojo Pyun to follow up here, and here we go.
Against the wall, misses though. A counter-strike now subdues him, and Elyoya has to flash away. Not perfect, but the teleport can't be cancelled even though the turret's gone, and who cares if it was? Humanoid bursts into the scene, and against the wall, a mistake by Elyoya who's left alone, but the Impale, is it enough is the new question as he gets out with a sliver of his life, and somehow Koi are making it work. Super doesn't get
to enable him in these fights, and same with Jojo Pyun, just making sure that they are constantly safe and dealing the DPS if they need to.
And in such a good position, Dragon now taken, spawning a Mountain Soul here when they have Kasante, Skarna, Rel. A good front-to-back comp, feels good as Alvaro actually might be caught out against the turret though.
Mickey, no!
That was not right. Dagda, I think they didn't want
to Mickey for saving him. It will be Oscar in though in the sideline catching stuff out as...
Hello, Daisy.
Okay, got the interrupt, so we'll complete too far out of position to really try and follow up an upset, also one reset, so this is going to be a 4th objective now, going over towards Movistar Koi, and
we've seen this Jojo going to walk into the gravity field. He cares not because the setup's there. Alvaro flashes, gets a Magnet Storm, holds them in place. Super does the same with Chains Corruption, but it only eventually gets Humanoid as he's out of range. Now Teleport as Fnatic want to look for a turn. Oscarin sets it up, but it's met by an Impale. Ulti on the way out, damage being done, but they can't get the job done again until Mirwan under turret says no! Humanoid gets in range. Blinking health bars everywhere. A root caller gets it onto Super, but a knockback says no again. Fnatic evil geniuses as well. When he was alongside people like Inspired, you know, previously of Rogue in the past at LEC as well. I mean, Jojo
on towards this third dragon.
They really don't, do they? Fnatic are going to try and contest. They started with a TP, but as Herald is going to be summoned in the midst of it to make a 6th man, Fnatic now think about how they get in from this choke. Dragon looked away from Koi instead, looking for an engage. Poke is there, Mickey starts it off, but he just presents himself for another Heartsteel stack. backs off, and Fnatic can't make a decision. Miwin gets a stun back as well. The gravity field stuns no one, and in goes JoJo! Da, 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 da. He is dead! Dagda, Mad Koi, they still found themselves though. Running forward, Miwin with a flip back, but even though they find JoJo, it's a golden win for the rest of Koi.
I mean, is it a beautiful end to the anime though, as Yoya wants to try and go a little deeper. We'll get stunned up. No support.
Steal
Super to follow.
Yoink, another stack goes down the range. Almost connects with Oscarin, and Fnatic are back in their base.
Over-committing with TPs to plays that they shouldn't have, and this was the worry, was could Mickey same buff as you go through the enemy base. So Oscarin trying desperately to get in a position, but there's no ult for upset. This is a bit risky for Fnatic.
Getting stun after stun, no smite, of course, means that the risk stops there as Humanoid looking to get shuffled on, flashes away. JoJo now just auto-attacking, goes golden with a Chaos Storm in the middle of the wave, but again, Koi have taken another one to bite the dust, and that Chaos Storm is not going to get the kill either. Koi just keep getting
ultimates anymore.
It's going to get flashy for someone like JoJo as well, and what a debut. Dagda, I know the hype that came from Fnatic. I know that the hype that was there, saying they could be better than teams like G2, are they the best? Right now, people are questioning, like, hang on a minute. What do we think of Koi? What do we think of Fnatic now?
But the problem is, if JoJo Pyun just rocks all the European mid laners, like he's just beating Humanoid, does that mean that he just gets to rub all those old tweets in our face? Like, we kind of need him to be a little bit humble.
Right.
You can't just come into the region and just ruin everything, you know?
Caps, you got a big task to do. You got a lot to say. But for now, Humanoid little here in this game where he hasn't been able to play out his Victor. Been able to stack much as Oscarin with a stun. This is a hope. He's got Grandmaster's Might on top of Miwin, but the rest of Koi are running in. JoJo does it again, but this time more members feel the sting as he sits in, takes no damage, and Upset tries to beat him some, but JoJo rocks up into a bullet time and will withdraw to play it back again.
And this is spectacular from JoJo Pyun. This is how you use the Atacam buff, setting up your team spectacularly to take 2 of these inhibitors with the Baron buff. And honestly, they might even be able to take a Nexus turret or 2. Now, Nexus turrets do respond, but does this game last 3 more minutes? I don't really think so.
I'm just wondering if JoJo can get there before they try and end the game. Here we go, all in from Alvaro, doesn't connect. Miwin the same as well. Oscarin gets backline access, but does he have enough damage? He's swayed once more and broken down. GA pops, but super here to auto as Mickey tries to delay the inevitable. That GA should give him a little bit more to play through as Miwin and Super still left standing, and look at Super having the time of his life on this virus. He blights one and takes another. A GA to send them back as Fnatic are left with no Nexus turrets.
There is nothing in the base of Fnatic, and what makes it worse is this. Well, Fnatic are gonna maybe need to find proof in the pudding here because they need something to go their way.
They need an entire cake at this point, Dagda, and if they could eat it too, they'd probably be given the time to look at those respawning Nexus turrets. There's a nice flip back. Mickey looking for his last engage. Chain of Corruption, flash away, and nicely done from Super. An exceptional debut for him this year as well, as you might be surprised, but everyone looked at this roster as one to prove the point. They went to Worlds last year, but they're looking to take a championship with it too, as they beat down Fnatic in 30 minutes.
Tanky to go for something different.
Oh.
So I'm actually not sure what version of this Jace we're going to get. It could easily be full damage Jace, just with the amount of poke Ezreal, Victor, and also that Jace then offer, with the already beefy front for Vladdy in the lane. But G2 now going to answer, since Dragon was taken by Yike, towards Void Grubs, and I don't think he can really get in here.
Vladdy's got the health bar, but again, as you said, because that ulti's up there, scared, but Targova says no. He starts Trample and can't summon with the cleanse out while Yike bops away Lebrov's engage. Casey with an advantage here, but not before the third grub goes down. G2 got what they wanted, but a kill given over. Trades big. Casey with first blood on the borders. Caps, Shuriken flip in on top of Vladdy, goes into the smoke screen again. He's got good damage and a good pathway. Vladdy's dead, and Caps cleaves him in two. To slow down Targamas, and he takes the upward path. Waits though, he still wants the body slam, but he's knocked up. Permafrost there. He gets out eventually, but he's not away. And
so he's too low health to really try and push anything on that bottom half of the map. Kana now starting to rotate up, see if they can keep the mid lane play in check as well, as Caps will TP to the bottom lane.
With a Storm Surge in hand, so first item of the game, it looks like, no, excuse me, Revolver also there by Vladdy. while feats of strength going to be start stacking in the objective way for KC as well.
Mid lane now, opening up Vladdy to look for a potential dive in the top half, but still KC in a decent spot here. They should be able to get the tower
I hear
first.
you, playing sides of the map better, right, as well. It's really important here as kind of just plays moving, I was going to say moving oyster, that's not a thing, but first turret, blood might come through regardless here for KC. Didn't know oysters could move as one turret left, or plating rather.
Right. But there's not really much you can really do here, because G2 can still collapse here.
They can indeed, but Lebrov's taking damage. Permafrost sent out. He's just dead. Lebrov biting off way too much as Skumon takes a true shot barrage as well. KC with the advantage, and Skumon sent packing, but Caps is like, I'm going in, shuriken flip. Not connecting here, but a shroud down just in case, and that's just Jace for you at the point of being.
Yeah, it should be able to with the demolish maybe.
I mean, this is KC, beats the strength. There they go. So first turret goes down. G2 weren't able to access bot and dagged up. Big win here as Kalist is going to get spiked up. Caps goes in and takes him down. Welcome to the LEC. It's clap style.
I thought he was going to be able to outplay Caps there. His team was on the way. But again, just that one step too far. Didn't expect the
carry, but he will have a true shot barrage as he spawns in 2 seconds as Lebrov is the target again. He's not that tanky, and Casey makes light work of him. There's going to be a TP flank, but G2 have already lost members. It's Caps and BB in the same play. Vladdy's the target. Shuriken flip doesn't connect as Skumon is chasing Yike, and it's a broken apart fight. But speaking of broken, the blade is down. It's a trade out as KC use that set pressure to get the turret and the dragon in one fell swoop.
Yeah, at least they will push Caps back, but Skumon going to answer with the Rift Herald on the top side. Broken Blade, I think, should be able to get the tower as well. I'm pretty sure that one's low on top of it. So you're getting at least the tower trades on opposite sides, the objective trades. But again, you have to see, can KC turn that Dragons in with the Trailblazer? He's going to be very, very quick and may need to be in this case.
Matter too much as body slam is there. Explosive cast finds him. There's a crash down. He pops the unbreakable will though, so he'll survive for a little bit longer, but at a low health bar, maybe it matters not. Herald also gets the mid lane turret while the cow drops down. And that's just good beat for you right now as Cap's going to take the 1v1. Carter's got the health bar, and I worry for Caps here while we look towards top. The Flash Cyclone catches Yike, and the old jungler of G2 is sent packing against the wall while Caps dies, but it's going to be the trade-off for the jungler. While you're on
this route in towards the back line, but now Kalist and Vladdy, very safe. Kana is not a tank Jace though, so Caps can also look for the kill on him.
Kana's trying to get their range, and he does on Han Summer as Dragons at 5k.
Oh,
this could decide the game. Dag Dimension as Broken Blade wants to come in and find his angle. Caps has snuck into the brush, and now he sees Kana, the all-ins there. Lebrov has done exactly that onto the front line as well, but he's taken down an instant, and Caps is dying too. The blue wall has struck lightning of G2 as a knockup is easily done, and Kalist blasts for another. G2 around
towards a third dragon, kills onto Kalist, and KC are coming alive in this final game.
Pulling apart the
deal with them. Caps is strong enough to essentially one-shot anyone because you don't have someone tanky.
Right time.
KC, wanna go?
They do. They found Skumon. He gets a Cyclone out, but he flashes immediately. He's in the wrong place at the wrong time, and KC know that he's got to go down the wrong rabbit hole if they want to get the kill, but they don't find him. Broken Blade gets in the way. Artican does the same. They want to deny the soul at the very least, give less tools to KC.
Double TP's coming in though. KC, can they try and get in here?
Caps.
Yike.
Permafrost is there. The poke not there. I'm waiting again. The flash over the wall. Almost.
Vladdy gets it!
I said almost because it wasn't Yike. It was Vladdy with a damn laser.
It's KC's mid-jungle getting into the pit that keep G2 at bay.
And now they're slow. They've got the slow and the permafrost as well. KC land ability after ability, and with the Hextech Soul, they find a lot, but Caps on the back end has found Kana. In fact, he's separated from his team. He flashes away, but Lebrov with the all-in helps Caps, and he explodes. Caps finds the angle, and G2 see the fight.
Caps wants to reset to TP back into the fight. The calls are playing slow from G2, but KC...
Good damage from Broken Blade. He's taking this Victor out by himself, and they're going to need support as Caps is doing the same, but Kalist getting in the way. They instead turn as Artican was stolen. The GA is given over to KC, but they're getting destroyed. Broken Blade running away from Kalist, but he can't outrange Kana as G2.
No,
G2! Skumon clones. Kana's over the wall, though. He can still do what Kalist failed at as he ranges through. Kana is at full HP, ready to take on the whole team on the Han Summer. Getting the flash out is big, but he's got GA. He takes one with him. Kana almost a second. He'll withdraw, but G2
can open the game. The soul, the Atakan taken from G2 thanks to Yike, thanks to Vladdy, and now it may just be the game stolen as well.
Didn't we talk about this when he was on G2 last year? We're like, man, Yike, some incredible steals in 2024. Well, now at the turn of this year, he opens game one, doing exactly that. Baron in their grass, Casp now under there, and he's Casp bar and enhanced minions.
But Kallista's mid, and so is Kana. They're just taking inhibitors in their faces. G2 can do nothing in this position. A Baron up wave is next on the menu for topside as Kallista starts to get the poke down.
It started with Spain earlier on. Koi entered the rift big, and KC are doing the same. France now approaching another inhibitor, another Nexus turret, or rather their first thereof, but the minion wave is going to help do the talking.
Noxus is further strong. It is not for the old, and KC are looking strong here against the old guards.
The ramp-up damage is disgusting as Kallista still has the GA for a little bit longer. He's the only one, but the Baron minions, again, are doing all the work. He arcane shifts forward, a bit psychotic, but he knows he'll die and come back. The rest of KC are doing the work anyway, and G2 left with one turret, have to hope to defend. A bullet time, great. A cyclone, good. But in the end, it won't matter as KC still clean up the pieces. Caps there on the defense, doing the Lord's work. But Kana untouched until Hansawa puts a bullet through his heart. Caps doing good, but in the end, even with the triple kill, the base is intact.
This top wave, the second he shows KC can look for the plays. Kallista going forward. He feels it.
Labrov, Targamas with him as well in a choke. It won't be enough to dissuade him. True Shot Barrage dodged away from, but Labrov is now at half HP.
Kana also moving up towards that top side. He's jumped on towards Caps as well. Kana looking to finish off the Akali.
They're going to get Elder's Dagger. G2 can't do anything about it unless they go now, but Labrov is spoken to harshly by Vladdy.
And now Kana has more words for the G2 backline, saying you have to get away from this. This is our territory. This is a new year in the LEC. And Broken Blade is about to find out about it.
Targamas on top, helped by Kana. He's caught out and he's going to die. Execute through. The blue wall is rising, and I don't know how high you can climb, but for G2, the heroes of the LEC, they are taken care of. First it was Spain with Koi, and now with France with the blue wall. KC have entered the rift, have entered the LEC for 2025, and they have taken care of firm favorites in G2. That looks like a bit of a bug. I don't know what to say about this, Dagda. I see no health bars, but now the Nexus after the ace, and KC beating G2 is going to hype you up for this roster.